is the Chrissy Swan Show.
Oh, hi, and welcome to Tuesday, Jack.
Tuesday.
Look, it's happened. Cosmopolitan has arrived on my desk.
Who's that on the...
What did you just say? Who's that on the front?
Yes. Yeah, who is that?
That makes me feel a lot better because I thought this is like Back to the Future. Finally, there is a face on the cover of a magazine that I've never seen before. Aisha Madden. And I just thought that was me, but you agree with me.
No, I have no idea who that is. Tom, am I an idiot? Do you know who that is?
Aisha Madden.
Who is she?
She's from Heartbreak High on Netflix. She's amazing.
Okay, fantastic.
Well, excuse me while I open the sealed section. It says there is a position that you must try. I'm hoping it's part-time receptionist. Do you know what I mean?
I get what you mean, Swanee. Hey, we've got a massive show today. The great Marty Fox from The Block is going to join us live in the studio after 3 o'clock.
Finally, we get to meet him.
We've been trying to track him down. Next, though, To-Do List Tuesday.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's open our to-do lists, Jack.
Let's do it, Swanee.
To-Do List Tuesday.
I always forget who goes first here, you or me.
You, because then if it's super depressing, I hope to inject a little bit of life back into the segment.
I mean, that makes perfect sense. Because I am responsible for so many people and you are not.
Yeah.
What's that like?
It's pretty great, if I'm honest.
Never change it.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Never.
Okay. I don't think I will.
No, I don't think you will either.
Yeah.
Let's kick off with this one. Oof. Are you ready?
Yeah, go.
Click and collect Peg's leggings and T-shirt from Kmart for her school play.
Okay, look, the school play bit I'm interested in. What's the play and what character is she
Well,
playing?
she doesn't want to go.
Okay.
She wants to disappear. But I used the C word.
And what's
I
that?
said it's compulsory.
Oh.
I don't like the idea of compulsory. We've never talked about that.
Nor do I. Do not tell me what I can and can't do.
I agree.
But do you know what? If it's something I want to do, the minute you associate that word with it, I automatically then don't want to do it.
Yes, and also compulsory. What if I'm sick? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I can't go.
Yeah.
I could lie. Okay, what about this one? This is an important one. I've been wanting to make a creme brulee for years. It's my favourite dessert.
Yes.
If you're wondering what it is, if you're going, oh yeah, I've heard about that, but I don't know what it is. It's like a beautiful creamy custard with visible flecks of vanilla in it and then a layer of, by the way, I'm not explaining this to you. I know you know your way around a creme brulee.
Hello, Francois.
Mr. France. And then on the top is like a hard toffee that you crack with the back of a spoon.
Which is fun. That's the funnest part of the dessert.
It's so fun, but isn't it so delicious? It's the greatest dessert. So I've bought this to make my dreams come true. It's the Deluxe Cook's Blowtorch.
I was about to call it a flamethrower. Yeah, the
Well,
blowtorch.
it sort of is. But it needs butane.
What is that?
Exactly. And I've Googled it and I've spoken to a very confused man at a homewares store who was just like, are you okay? Do you want me to call should I call the authorities? Because I was going, I can't work it out, Roger. I've had this thing for ages. What is butane? Anyway, I've brought it in so that you can help me.
Okay, great. That looks fun. We may set the studio alight, but hey.
Well, not if we don't have butane. It's missing the gas.
Okay. Once
And
we
the
get
last
butane.
thing, I've brought you in some cookies and my to-do list was do not forget. Look at how perfect they are.
Wow, you could sell them at a stall.
These are the ones that I did make for Peg to sell during lockdown. She made a fortune. Anyway, I brought them in for you and you'll love them. And there's one for you, Tom, as well.
Are they laced with anything?
Yep.
Great. I was hoping so.
Rat poison. I'd do anything for a day off. All right, what have you got?
I've just got 2 things. Accra's outfit, because this weekend, I know, I'm representing out of this show, you and I at the Radio Awards because you're not going.
You're very good to do that.
I know, but I've got some friends in Sydney I want to see.
But also, I didn't know that you were going to do that. If I had known, I feel like this is shady.
Why?
If I had known that you were going, then I would have gone because I'm a good girl with you.
BS. No, you wouldn't
I
have.
would have.
Okay, do you want me to ask Sarah if we can
No,
organise?
it's too late now.
I reckon we could get you flights in a com.
No, it's too late.
All
Look
right.
at the kids.
Anyway, that's this weekend, the Radio Awards.
Yeah.
One of the more boring nights of the world, but that's okay. And then the second thing is purchase new red wine glasses because I've got to do some content for one of my favourite wine brands. And
Are you a stemless guy or a stem guy?
I'm so glad you asked, Chrissy
Yeah.
Swan. I'm very strong on this. Your red wine glass must have a stem.
Yeah.
Stemless is so... I don't want to say bogan, but it's just so like predictable and new age.
It was great when it came out, but yeah, it just feels like a cordial glass eventually.
Right?
Yeah.
I want a stem. I want to feel classy.
Yeah, well, you need to.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
At Priceline Pharmacy, you can simplify your online shopping experience with Click and Collect. Order online, select Click and Collect, and within 2 trading hours, your items will be ready for pickup at your local Priceline. It's that easy.
Head to priceline.com.au.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Where's the worst place you've broken down? That's the question we're asking you. And I'm not going to give you any more information than that because it's up to you to decide what we're talking about. I've read a little headline here from you, written.
Yes.
Ben Affleck and son break down. Where's the worst place you've broken down? I was just reading that in my own little head. And I went, where is the worst, most inconvenient place I've had a full nervous breakdown? Where is the worst? I've got it. I got a story. Then I went, Ben Affleck and his son have had a nervous breakdown. Those poor guys. Anyway, then you bring it up, Jack. You go, we're going to do the breakdown stuff. And I said, yeah, I've got a story where I've had a bad nervous breakdown. Very, very inconvenient.
And I looked at
you're
you and
like-
I said, no, Swanee, Ben's broken down in his electric Ford Bronco
In his
on the
car.
side of a highway.
In his car.
And for months, you and I have often off-air discussed like the worst places our cars have broken down. And we were like, I was just like, yep, this is a great in to talk about this.
Oh, my God.
You were about to tell us about a full panic attack, which quite frankly, I'm here for. So please enlighten
Well, what
us.
about this? 13, 24, 10, whatever story you want to give us. If
Yeah.
your car is broken down in an inconvenient spot, or in fact, you have broken down in an inconvenient spot, like I did at the Kiwana Waters Hotel.
Where is that?
So the Kiwana Waters Hotel is on the Nicklin Way on the Sunshine Coast. And just when you asked me that question, where is the most inconvenient place you've had a nervous breakdown? I was taken straight back to the deck out there. And what happened was it was soon after Big Brother and my whole life was different and overwhelming. And I'd already started at this radio station. I didn't know anything about radio. I didn't know how to be a celebrity. I didn't know how to deal with everybody knowing who I was, particularly in a small town.
Yeah.
So I had to do this, host an event for the radio station that I was working at.
In front of people, like public speaking.
Yes.
There is nothing more nerve-wracking than public speaking as well.
But now, whatever. I'm so used to it. It's been over 20 years.
But back then,
But
though,
back then, I was a very quiet, unskilled person. And then I had to do all this stuff anyway. That night, I had a nervous breakdown at the Kiwana Waters Hotel and I had to scurry off to my vehicle in the car park. And I got in trouble for it from work.
Did you actually execute the duties that you were there to do before the breakdown?
I did. And
Okay.
then I was supposed to mingle for 4 or 5 hours.
Oh, that's
after.
a long time.
I know, but that was before I, had good contracts. Anyway, I was mingling and then I just started to cry. Yeah.
And when...
And I thought, what am I doing? Oh my God, I'm crying. I'm crying in public. I've lost my mind. And then I went to the car
And when did you get in trouble? The next day or that evening?
the next day.
What did they say? How do you get angry at someone for that?
That was inappropriate. The idea behind sort of tolerance and understanding of mental health has come a long way in 20 years.
Yeah, that's true.
That was seen as really naughty and unprofessional. But I was like, I had no choice. I just started to cry. And I removed myself.
Well,
you know.
they should have been thankful because it could have been a lot more dramatic and
Plus, I
sort
was
of
getting up at
embarrassing.
like 2 a.m. and
it's
God,
the
it was crazy.
worst.
Of course it was going to happen. But that was a very inconvenient place to have a nervous breakdown.
Well, Ben Affleck and his son have broken down in what they have described as a Tiffany blue-coloured electric Ford Bronco Swanee
Oh.
on the side of the freeway. They were both in like quite formal attire.
Oh, they must have been on their way to a divorce hearing.
Yeah. And then they just made their way into a convenience store and hung out. So 13, 24, 10. Where is the worst place your vehicle has broken down? Or
Your mental health.
where is the worst place you've had a full mentee be?
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
Our prayers go out for Ben Affleck and his son, whose car broke down on a freeway. I always feel so sad for people, but also so excited to be in a car that works and zipping past them.
Sucker!
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you're like, oh, God, that looks awful. See ya.
Do you know I've never had a breakdown in my 11 years of driving?
And
Touch wood.
what about a nervous breakdown? You had one
duh.
of them?
Absolutely.
What do your little breakdowns look like?
My
Not your car ones, obviously, but you.
Just trying to find the closest Valium.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you medicate. I've never had Valium. Should go and get some.
No, don't.
All right, we're talking about the worst place you've ever broken down. Hi, Tony with an I.
Hello, how are you, Chrissy?
I'm so good. Where have you broken down?
I broke down at a McDonald's drive-through just when I got to the window to get my order from my daughter, who was at a piano lesson, and my car just died.
You are lucky that the cars behind you didn't pull you out of the driver's seat and beat you up.
Yes. Well, once they moved me into the waiting bay, which was just the guys in the store had to push me to the waiting bay, but because there was only one waiting bay and I was slightly angled, I got the filthiest looks from every single driver that came through that drive-through, as much as say, move your car.
And then
So
did you
then
have
we
to
had put
call
a sign on it?
and did you have to call roadside assistance or whatever, and then they further blocked
I
it?
had to call a tow truck. I had to sit there for 3.5 hours
Oh,
whilst waiting for the tow truck.
I mean, look, at least you had access to large fries, and that is good.
Exactly right.
Well-
did they give you some free Maccas, Tony, for your hardship?
Well, they didn't actually. They did offer a drink, and I did go in, and luckily I had my book, so I sat there like a complete loser sitting in McDonald's with my book at, till 7:30 at night.
Tony.
Priceline pharmacy voucher for you, Tony.
Hi, Beck. Where did your car break down?
Oh, Chrissy, it was terrible, I'll tell you. I was on my way home from uni and I broke down in the middle of Queensway, which is essentially a freeway coming into the main Kingsway entrance in Melbourne. And I was in the middle lane, peak hour traffic, trucks, everything all around me, beeping. I just cried. Thankfully, someone turned around and actually helped me push my car off to the side while I waited, same as Tony, 3 hours for a tow truck. You wouldn't believe it. A week later, exactly the same spot.
What?
I broke down again. But thankfully I knew to drive in the left-hand side the second time around. And so while I waited for the second tow truck, I drank the alcohol that I had purchased on my way home from university, having my mental breakdown on the passenger seat, in case I did.
¿Por qué no los dos? Absolutely. Hey, Beck, I am not the sort of, I'm a very caring and kind person. I'm not the sort of person that will stop and help you when your car has broken down. The people that do that are angels that walk among us.
I agreed. And it was peak hour traffic and he'd driven past me. So he had turned, it took him half an hour to come back to me.
See,
to help
that
me
is...
push my car off the road like an absolute gentleman.
Did you marry him?
It was so helpful.
Should have married him.
Priceline pharmacy voucher for you, Beck. Let's finish with Vanessa, or this sounds like my worst nightmare.
What happened?
Oh, I was on the back of a motorbike and we ran out of fuel on the Harbour Bridge.
Oh, my God. My feet are tingling. Was it busy and windy?
Oh, yeah, absolutely chockers. And so we actually had to wait and be rolled onto a tow truck and then taken to a petrol station.
And the scary thing about that, Vanessa, is you don't have the protection of being in a car. Like, you're on foot.
That's true. Oh, my God.
I would have just jumped off.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's go clicking.
Chrissy's Clickbait.
So the headline that made me click is this one. Kanye West and Bianca Censori marriage on the rocks. Divorce on the horizon. And I will say to you beautiful listeners, as I have said to Jack, when it's bad, it doesn't look any different from when it's good.
Yeah. Between these two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that, what is going on in that kooky little paradise?
Well, remember I told you a few months ago, I know someone that knows someone that knows someone.
Yeah, you've got intel.
Yes, and I heard a few months ago that things weren't good and that it was going to end, so I'm not surprised by this at all. But it felt like a couple of weeks ago we saw Bianca and her like Melbourne family overseas in Tokyo or something with Kanye at his show.
Yeah.
So I feel like this is my sort of theory.
Yeah.
They had this trip planned. They did all the whole family and Kanye and Bianca thing together. That's finished, and now they're finished. She just had to wait to get that trip over and done.
But it just feels so miserable all the time.
Correct. She's probably been miserable for like 2 years, man.
Before that. And they've been married only for 2 years.
Yes.
I didn't even know that they were married. I forget those details.
But she was working at Yeezy while Kim and Kanye were still together. She was
and
an
that's how
architect.
they met.
Yes. And like, you know, you can assume
That there was shenanigans going on.
some overlap.
So what? How is that going to look like financially for her?
Well, I guess
Pretty good.
pretty good. I guess she will get half of everything. Is that since they've been together?
That is crazy, isn't it?
It is. But I also feel like a bit of relief for her because you can't tell me she wants to walk down Sunset Boulevard with a cushion strapped to her stomach.
I know. The
Like-
outfits and they've been his idea. Is that true or is that a beat up?
No, that would be him. Because with Kim, she talked about it on the show. When they split up, she didn't know how to dress herself because she, for so many years, had Kanye telling her every day what to wear.
I mean, you know, fly high, little bird. Be free is what I want to say there. So every time that there is one of these kind of Forbes richest people in the world episodes that come out, Rihanna is always number one.
Yeah.
Because, and I think we've discussed this last year when she topped the list of richest people. It's like, how is that? Because she hasn't released a song in a long time, but she's got so many other interests.
Yeah.
Fenty, makeup, etc. Fenty's just gone into hair. Anyway, that explains that. But Taylor has come in at numero uno in the latest charts.
She's the richest female musician. And what's she worth, Swanee? Do we know
Yeah, it's here.
the amount?
125. I know. Swift is now worth $1.6 billion.
That's got to be from the Eras tour.
It is from the Eras tour. She's also got stacks of real estate. $125 million worth.
How good would that be?
I know.
Hey, speaking of Swift, I saw over the weekend that Bravo, who produced like the Housewives and everything over in the States, are producing a reality series about the Kansas City Chiefs' wives and girlfriends.
Oh, she's got to be the headline act on that.
Surely she says no to that. Sure, what's her friend? Brittany Mahone?
Yes, yeah.
I feel like it'll be based around her, and then imagine the producers the whole time through shooting, they'll be just trying to get Taylor in.
Just something. Look at us.
Yeah.
Like, did you not have him just look at us for 5 seconds?
The Chrissy Swan Show.
I mean, big hour we've got ahead for you. We've got the great Marty Fox from The Block. We've been trying to track him down forever.
Yeah, and I'm meant to be having a steak night with him. We've never done it.
You haven't. And I just feel like he knows so much about everything. And real estate is one of my interest areas.
Yeah, you're very good at it. You live on realestate.com.
I do.
And
It's
also,
terrible.
I do love Neil Whitaker, but I've got to say, Marty Fox has really brought new life to The Block.
I agree. I concur. And also we get, before 4 o'clock, to play Flip It and Mix It, which has got great prizes, but I'm loving the mixes that we're getting.
Yeah, and you have to guess which 2 songs we've whacked in the NutriBullet.
It's just a vibe, man.
A vibe. Register via the Nova Player app if you'd like to play. But next, Swanee, there is a double pass to see Kylie Minogue in the bum bag in Chrissy's Quizzy.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
You will not believe what's in the bum bag today.
Chrissy's Quizzy.
Is it a sour tube? Is it a bottle of coconut water? Or is it indeed Kylie Minogue tickets?
Kylie Minogue tickets, Swanee.
How exciting. Are you beside yourself, Nicole?
I'm so excited, yes.
Have you seen our queen before?
No, I haven't. I'm dying to, though.
This will be a first for you. Kayla, hello.
Hello.
You'd take your sister Belinda, wouldn't you? Because she's a massive fan.
I would.
Oh, my God, it's so exciting.
Definitely.
All right, girls, your names are your buzzers. It's the best of 5, meaning the first one is to get to 3 will win the game and walk away with the Kylie Minogue tickets. Let's go. Question number 1. Can you name Kylie Minogue's character on Neighbours?
Kayla.
Kayla.
Charlene.
It is Charlene. Question number 2. Taylor Swift has been named the world's richest female artist by Forbes. Who did she nab this title from?
Nicole.
Yes, Nicole.
Rihanna.
Correct.
Hey, according to Dermois Swanee, Rihanna, the reason she hasn't released new music is because apparently she can't sing anymore.
What? Why?
That's just a conspiracy theory on the internet and TikTok. I don't know, but apparently she actually can't sing anymore.
Well, she does have 2 kids under 3. She's probably lost her voice from yelling.
Question number 3, it's one apiece.
A Frisian is a breed of...
Nicole.
Yes, Nicole.
Dog.
It's not a dog. I would have accepted cow or horse. Question number 4. Can you name this Kylie Minogue song?
It's a tune.
It is good. Well, it was the very first words she sang. It was All the Lovers. Question number 5. Can you name the Irish comedian and television host that's heading down under for the first time next year? He's got a night show, like a chat show.
I think they air it on Channel 10
They
here.
do.
I can't remember.
It's Graham Norton. We're running out of questions, girls. Can you please smarten up?
Get your Google out at least. Question number 6, it's still 1 point each.
Mermaid Waters is a suburb in which Queensland city?
Taylor.
Nicole?
Gold Coast.
You're correct. That's 2.
2 points to Nicole, 1 to Kayla. Nicole, this next one is for the win.
Okay.
Can you name Hamish Blake's wife?
Nope.
Nope.
That's Zoe Foster Blake.
The go-to queen.
We've run out of questions. What are you pointing at, Tom? What are we going to
Next
do?
question.
There are no questions.
Can you name one of the judges on the block?
Oh, it's on the
Kayla.
screen.
Yes, Kayla.
Marty Fox.
Correct. What's that? 2 apiece.
2 apiece. Can you name Kylie Minogue's most recent album?
Taylor.
Yes, Kayla.
Is it Tension?
It is Tension. And Kayla, you are off to see Kylie Minogue. Well done.
Oh, amazing. Thank you.
Well done.
I don't feel like anyone really earned those tickets.
No, they got all the Kylie questions wrong.
Kylie is back and bringing her Tension tour to Australia for shows nationally. All tickets are on sale now. For details, head to frontiertouring.com.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
What a thrill. We've been trying to track him down for ages since the season started.
We
at the
have.
Block. And here he is, Marty Fox. Hi.
Thank you for having me.
So much to talk about.
Heaps.
First of all, we started talking about you when it was revealed where the new block was going to be filmed, which was Phillip Island. And I said, bloody good luck with the flies. Because I went down there one summer and I stayed at, there's some hotel there, Silver Water or something, but people live there and stay there, which is a combination I do not endorse. Anyway, there were 7 billion gazillion blowflies, the size of baby mice.
Following you.
They were
Had you showered?
everywhere. They were everywhere. And I blame the cows. There was cows across.
Yeah, there you go.
Like thousands and millions of cows.
Well, I didn't see any flies. That's what's
Right.
weird.
Were
But
you filming in winter?
you were San Remo.
Yeah.
We were Phillip Island. We were inland though. So I don't
Right.
know.
I want to talk about the word vanilla. This happened.
That's vanilla. You know what this is like? Oh, go you girls. You did a good job.
Shayna, vanilla is a universally loved flavour, so I'm sticking to it.
You know,
let's go see if we can
we
find
all
you
have
a
a
couple
double
flavours today.
We all have a double scoop, don't we? Vanilla with pistachio.
Do you hate
Vanilla.
her? Do you hate Shayna Blake?
No. Look, at the end of the day, I'm there to judge, and I flip properties. You know, so you got to appeal to the wider market. And if you make it too crazy, you're going to pigeonhole yourself, and you're not going to make money. They're on the block to make money, are they not?
Who's going to buy a house in Phillip Island? Sorry.
So the block is interesting because these houses have depreciation schedules that are like $4.5 million, and they're quoted in the high ones. So not only
Who's going to spend nearly $2 million to live on Phillip Island?
interestingly, investors. Have you been to these houses yet?
No, but I've been to Phillip Island.
Yeah, so these houses are like compounds. They're massive.
Oh, now you're talking. I call my house a compound. I love a compound.
And they're pretty juicy. This is a bang for buck play. They're nice houses.
Now, speaking of judging, and you said you were there to judge, and I think it was last week, the guest bathrooms. You delivered probably one of my favourite judging segments we've heard on the block thus far. I'm going to play you a little bit of audio.
I feel like, when you drive into Phillip Island, you go past that kid's maze. This is like walking into the Phillip Island maze, and I absolutely hate it.
Ah, yes!
What do you really think?
Exactly that, Shayna. Exactly that. For me, it's a miss. And this is now 2 weeks in a row where Grumpy and Courtney are actually making me a bit grumpy. Anyway, I've said my piece.
I'll let you go, Darren, because I'm still trying to take it all in myself.
Which is a problem. Imagine how a buyer feels.
Yes, I did see that, and straight away I went, oh, well, there's a tile paint job. I would just get rid of that stripy,
no, 100%.
shower.
No. It was actually confusing. It was such a miss. And that's the thing, I will say that a room's good if it's good.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to say it's good if it's shit.
No. And what is this?
We should have brought in photos of our houses.
Just
and
for Marty
and anonymously gone, what do you think of this? And just got the brutal truth.
What is Mediterranean? I've never heard of that.
Mediterranean.
A modern take on that Mediterranean sort of look and feel that you see in Europe. They've coined it themselves, and you know what? It's an opportunity that they're running with, and
Can we please just call it modern Mediterranean? Enough of these made-up words. It gives me
Mediterranean, Japandi, it is...
Japandi.
That was last year's Japandi, House 4.
So that's obviously a cross between Japanese and Scandinavian.
Japanese.
I mean, no. That is gross. No.
I'd love to see you judge a week as a guest
Seriously.
judge. Jeez, it would be
and
good.
when she's in a salty mood like today, it'd be heaven. Now, we need to talk about downlight, Swanee.
I hate downlights. Do you know how many downlights in total are in my entire house?
I reckon none.
One.
In the toilet.
No, it's in between the toilet and the laundry. And
what's that area called?
I've made the shit corner, and I've made a little label on my Brother P Touch that says "Do not switch on."
Hilarious.
I can't stand them.
People have turned on downlights.
Yes.
We needed the downlights last night. So my son lost his tooth. Yep. And as we were carrying it through, he decides to kick. Tooth goes flying, and we couldn't find it. Downlight saved the day. He would not have gone to bed last night without that frigging tooth getting found.
How much does the tooth fairy bring in the Fox household?
He got a cheeky $5. Now, he wakes up this morning, and he goes, Dad, because I was leaving the house early to go to the tan. And he calls me in, and he goes, $5. I was like, you little shit. Because last year we had nothing but a cheeky 20.
Yeah. No, the tooth fairy didn't.
He thinks he's getting ripped $15.
It's not you, it's the tooth fairy. The tooth fairy didn't have change. Same as when my tooth fairy didn't have change and my son got $50, got a pineapple. And then the precedent was set.
Yes.
The tooth fairy's minted.
We're in dangerous territories, you and I, right now.
Yes.
Now back to the block. Marty Fox, it's your second year. If budget and permits weren't an issue, where would you like to see a block be shot?
Yeah.
Okay, seriously? And this needs to happen. Are you listening, Channel 9 producers?
Julian.
You need to get to Burleigh Heads.
Oh, my God,
because
Burleigh.
it would be off its head. The visuals, the beach, the energy, the people, its transit. It is like... I grew up in St Kilda, and I remember my dad having a salon in Ackland Street, having the Vineyard, having Il Fino, and all these great establishments all on your doorstep.
Yeah.
That's what St Kilda used to be for me. And that was the energy that Burleigh had over the last 2 weeks. It was electric.
Wow.
That's where it should be, I think.
Let's make that happen.
I look forward
to that. And they'll get buyers from all over Australia, not just local.
Yes, correct.
Yeah, that's true. That's a really good idea.
Because you would buy in Burleigh and not Phillip Island, wouldn't you, Chrissy Swan?
Oh, my God.
Hey, and land's actually not that expensive.
In Burleigh? Really?
Compared to trying to do things in Melbourne.
Yeah, that's true.
Watch The Block, 7:30 Monday to Wednesday, and, of course, 7 o'clock on Sunday, only on Channel 9. Marty Fox, thank you so much for coming in, and we've still got to do steak night.
Love to do steak night. My shout.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's flip it and mix it, Jackie.
NutriBullet, the #1 personal blender brand in the world.
Chrissy's Flip It and Mix It. Let's go. Put my thing down, flip it and reverse it.
You know, the great thing about this NutriBullet Flip is that it's a 2-in-1. It's genius. It's a, NutriBullet, so you can blend your smoothie, and It's a portable insulated cooler. So you just blend it, put the lid on, put it in the bag.
Love that.
It's genius.
Less cleaning.
Wouldn't you love a bit of that, Leah?
I would love that. I've been craving a good smoothie. I'm 6 months pregnant and it's all I want.
Oh, well,
so perfect price.
Well, the good news is that even if you bum out on this comp, you've definitely got that NutriBullet flip valued at nearly $150.
Yay!
Can you not knock back a smoothie even though you're pregnant, Leah?
Oh, yeah, daily. Probably about
good.
20 a day at the moment.
Much more cost effective when you make it yourself, just saying. All right, here we go. We have smashed together 2 songs. We've mixed them, we've flipped them. And if you can guess one, you'll get $300 worth of NutriBullet prizes. If you guess both of them, you will get $1,000 worth of NutriBullet prizes. And even if you bum out completely, you're still getting that amazing NutriBullet flip. Are you ready to go?
Yes, ready.
Yell
do it.
the name of the songs when you know them, Leah.
Oh, my.
Is it the Whitney song? Oh, no.
Say it. I can't hear you, Leah.
Cruel Summer.
Yes, Cruel Summer, Tay-Tay.
Tipsy.
Yes! Yes, by Shabuzi, well done! That's $1,000 of NutriBullet stuff. It's going to come in very handy when you have your baby. That makes the best pureed pumpkin and stuff.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, really,
Yay.
really good.
Congratulations, Leah, and register via the Nova Player app if you'd like to play tomorrow. We'll be back next with Clickbait.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
We are moments away from Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel, but let's talk Chapel Roan first.
Chrissy's Clickbait.
She's one of the most interesting artists of the year, I reckon. Come out of nowhere to be this, incredibly popular and accomplished. I mean, she's got dates after dates after dates. Whenever I open up my phone, she's performing somewhere new.
And she's also got a fantastic back catalogue, Swan, because she's come sort of to the spotlight after being an artist for so many years.
Yeah.
That I was listening to Spotify the other day and she's got some real tunes.
It's so, she's a very interesting person, but she's got to stop whinging.
Chapel Moan, as Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel call her.
Oh, do they? See, that's interesting because the headline here is Chapel Roan lashes out at ex-teacher, but the article starts, Chapel Roan was back at it, moaning and groaning. She needs to put some more positive stuff out there.
Yeah.
To sort of mitigate, because what she says is right about all sorts of things, but it can't just be constantly whinging.
No, she doesn't want to be Chapel Moan all the time.
No, that's it. She was performing live at a show at the Austin City Limits Music Festival.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And she let the audience in on the fact that her teacher, performing arts teacher, didn't like her and made life very difficult.
I usually dedicate this song to my ex, but I dedicate this song to my theater teacher who kicked me out. I'm here. We broke up.
There you go.
On a Tuesday, kicked me out. Theater club.
Oh, let it go. Once you've started the song, let's just let it go.
Agreed. Did you have, she's quite young though, like it wasn't that long ago. It's such you forget. Did you ever have a very bad teacher that didn't like you?
Yeah, I feel
your
like
life hard?
There were a few, but I was probably a little bit of a brat, like, I'll be honest. But it's funny, I saw one not that long ago this year, and I was like trying to remind them of who I was because they were being so nice and like sucking up to me. And I'm like, wait, you hated me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and now you're making out like I'm God's gift.
It's so funny when there's a disconnect between the way you feel about a teacher and the way the teacher feels about you. I ran into one of my favourite teachers, right? I thought we had a connection.
Yeah, okay. In school, you felt you had a connection?
Yes, she was my history teacher. We had a great time. I loved her. She was my favourite. Anyway, probably about 5 years after school, only 5 years, I ran into her in Camberwell Junction in the centre of the universe. And I was like, hey, Mrs. Blah, blah. She was like, do I know you?
No.
Yes. And I was heartbroken.
Wow.
Because clearly I was just another name on the roll call.
You were that forgettable.
I was so forgettable.
I'm sorry, that's sad.
It's weird, isn't it?
But then you'd pop back up on TV and I bet she was nice to you, wishes she was nice to you now. What's her name? Name and shame
No,
her.
I will not. I will not.
Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel are up next, and I reckon Black Hills will be pretty excited today, Swanee.
Yes, Oasis has announced that they are coming to our fair shores this time next year.
How good.
October and November. I've never seen them live. They are right in my wheelhouse.
Would you leave the compound for them?
Yes, I would. I would.
Huge.
I wouldn't leave the compound for too many people. Also, great news for John Farnham. He's had some health issues, but his voice is back and he's going to be voicing the audiobook.
How good.
That everyone's waiting for, yeah.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.